from being sick to like nothing going right. But I'm so happy because the cage, which I'll show you in a second, is functionally complete. So it's been all silicone, the doors are on, the walls are up and everything like that. So the guinea pigs can go in it. It's not aesthetically complete. I still have to put a couple skirtings and stuff like that on it, but I'll show you and then I'll let you know what we're gonna do. You ready? I'm so in love with it. And I think the colour looks really nice too. It's just really bright and it brightens up the room. I'm still really sick, but I left a gap in here so that I could put a fan and the air purifier there and then get to the PowerPoint. But basically, this is her. All of these doors open, but they are also all fixed with bolts down there. So that is 2x2, 2x2, and 1 and a bit. So this grid, or this door is hinged in here and hinged there, and then it's bolted with this barrel bolt. So I can undo it, which means I can open all the doors. I'll show you in a little bit. These are the main entrances. So this is the main door. It's got some latches. It was supposed to have black screws, but they were too long. So, I mean, I don't hate these. You can hardly tell unless you're up close in it. But yeah, so that is the latch to open it. And then this one is barrel bolted closed. So you can open the bolt. Is it open? Yeah. And then that one, sorry, I'm really close. That one opens too. And then, just let me close this bad boy. And then this one, barrel bolts open as well. So that will open completely. It's for when I want to do like a deep clean. But this also needs to be supported. It's a little bit loopy. But I'm going to close up for the moment because we need to support this a little bit more. And then we have our floor, which is just one piece of vinyl, and it's siliconed all the way around and also up halfway. And then these boards, I just then did a little bit of paint on the top. Look how dirty the walls are from us getting in and touching them while we were putting everything together. So that's on the list to clean the walls, but what I'm going to do is put a trim here on the front and trim like a ledge the whole way around. So those won't be like raw edges, they're going to be quite nice when they're done. Alright, let me get in. And it sits right up under the window. You also need to clean the window ledge. So there'll just be like a little shelf here that I can put some stuff on. And then the inside, so these are all pine. They can't really get to most of it, but they're all pine. So if they do happen to nibble on it, it's fine for them. I do have like the fronts painted, and you can see at the top there and a little bit there, some of the paint accidentally got on the other side. But they've got enough stuff in here that I doubt that they'll chew it. It's non-toxic paint anyway, but they can chew on like the bottoms and stuff like that. That's all pine. So I'll be trimming all of that. The whole way around we'll have a ledge and possibly a trim on the top of the door. Doesn't look as pretty in the gates when you're in here, but they're functional. So yes, this is her. She's so lovely. I'm so happy with it. And so the reason I wanted them on the floor, but the reason the walls are so high is like I have a lock on the door, but just in the off chance that the dogs got in or I didn't close the door probably behind me and then they were in, it's harder for them to get in. So by the time I notice, I should be able to, like I'd be in here. It's never going to happen. I've got 2 locks on the door and I'm really vigilant about closing the door because I know what my dogs are like. They're greyhounds. But anyway, the point is if by accident or one of them slipped in behind me as I was coming in to feed them, then I know that it's going to take them a little bit more effort to get into their cage with walls that are that high. So that's pretty much the only reason that I did it. Otherwise I would have had little cute gates. But for me, it's just like an added extra safety that I will most likely never ever have to worry about, but just better safe than sorry when it comes to having guinea pigs when you've got other pets. So yeah, that's why the walls are so high, but I like it. And then also because this part of the room, I got paint all over my hands, this part is going to be pine. I want to try it out, see how they like it. I've never really been a huge fan of pine. And I'm talking dust extracted pine, so it is safe for them. If you have pine that isn't dust extracted, they can get like upper respiratory infections. But it's been kiln dry and all the dust has been extracted from the pine that I'm using. Anyway, tangent. So this side's going to be pine, most side's going to be fleece, and then what I'm going to do is put in a little pine piece of wood down here that'll divide the two, so I won't be having like pine going into the fleece and stuff like that, but that will be a job in another couple of days. After this whole 4 days of building it, I just really want to have a couple of days to relax, recuperate. So at the moment it's like not completely necessary, but that's what will happen in the long run. So next week sometime we're going away, but when we come back I'll have the front edge, the sides edge, I'll have that pine little slot in. But they're all things that I can do while they're here. I also need to put another brace down there, but I can do that a little bit later. So I'm so happy with it. So happy with it. And I reckon when I do cage clean videos, because I'm still doing them, even though I haven't got a CNC cage, I'm going to set up here. Set up here somewhere. You know, I could probably attach a tripod here. I'm not sure, we'll figure it out, but it'll probably be up there somewhere. I'm just so excited. And I don't know if I've said, oh no, I just touched my paint. I don't know if I've said this, but like I know this is a ridiculous size cage for 3 guinea pigs. I think it's 50 square foot. Ridiculous, like I understand. But my goal, long-term goal, is to have 5 male guinea pigs together. And I've spoken to a lot of people that have herds of males, and anything over 4, like you need a lot of space for a lot of males. So, I mean, if you had all females, you could probably fit a decent amount in here. Maybe potentially even double. Like you could probably easily have 10 guinea pigs. Don't quote me on that. I don't actually know the size reference off my head, so I'll link it down below in case you want to know the size of your cage that you should have for a guinea pig or what's recommended. But yeah, the reason I've gone so big is because I want to have 5 boys together. Initially, what I'm going to do when I get like the 2 new boys is I'll put in a line of double grids here, and they'll have one side of the cage and the other boys will have the other, so they can get to know each other, and then they'll spend a little bit of time getting to know each other before I lift the grids and put them together. But that's like a long way down the track. I basically will be waiting until I find a pair of boys that need to be rescued. Yeah, whether it's from a rescue directly or I rescue them myself. And potentially we'll go younger. My boys are only 11 months old, I think, now. So they would be essentially babies. Yeah, but I don't want to upset the balance too much. So that's why we have this like giant, ridiculous cage. His ultimate goal is to have 5 boy guinea pigs together.